The matric class of 2020 has done well under these difficult circumstances. However, the lockdown has exposed inequalities in the country's education system. Pupils in township and rural schools have been unable to go on educational field trips to gain knowledge of different career paths, obviously due to COVID-19. To help fill the gap, non-profit organization United Way South Africa, in partnership with Cummins South Africa, will be hosting a virtual career fair today and tomorrow, so don't miss out on that. But they also aim to provide knowledge about different career options to over 400 grade 9 learners in both the eNCA and Ivory Park secondary schools in Tembisa on the East Rand. So to talk more on this, I'm joined by Linda Blizzard, Executive Director at United Way South Africa. Thank you so much for your time and welcome to the South African Morning. Now, it's no secret that there were challenges, but it seems some people's challenges were more than others. So from an education's perspective, just take us through some of the inequalities that you found there.
Well, the reason why we actually are running the Youth Success Program in these two schools that you've mentioned, in Tembisa and Ivory Park, is to actually address those inequalities and in terms of a learning perspective. Because many of we're choosing specifically grade 9 learners and to bring them up to speed by giving them extra tuition so they actually level the playing field in terms of what they are achieving in their mathematics results. And we've been doing this our third year in a row. And besides doing the extra tuition, which has been phenomenal because our results this year speak for itself and they have year on year, is that we also then do a skills development assessment with these learners. And that is to actually get them to know themselves, what their strengths are, etc. Because in grade 10, they need to choose their subjects. And bringing them to the career fair, or bringing what we are doing this year is taking the career fair to them, is another opportunity for them to, now that they know that they have had this extra tuition and we've had 100% pass rate at one school and 99% pass rate at another, and that's over almost 900 grade 9 learners. They now are equipped with the knowledge of what their strengths are, also understanding where their passions are lying. And now through the career fair, we actually will be bringing all of the different types of disciplines and different careers they could choose,
right, to
help them to choose their subjects.
So I think it's important to just paint a picture of this reality so we can appreciate the importance of the career fair. So I want to talk about what these pupils went through last year, because that gap birthed the career fair. It's bridging that gap, is trying to assist. So are you telling me that some of these pupils, or at least a majority of them, did not have an opportunity last year to go out to fields and to see what opportunities are available to them due to COVID? Because remember, if we're talking rural and township here, in terms of settings, chances are majority of these learners don't even have access to the internet, as easily as some may have in some of the metro areas.
Yes, yes. You're exactly right. Those were the challenges, because we know that for 6 months there was a lockdown where they weren't attending school. And when they went back to school, then we had the outbreak of COVID and whatnot. But United Way is a collaborative model. We work collaboratively with all the stakeholders involved. So we would work with the principals very closely. We worked with the donor, Cummins, very closely. We worked with the service providers who provide the extra tuition. And we also engaged the local community in terms of health and police services during this, once we started to go back to school. And what we did was we actually developed a blended approach where instead of having face-to-face learning with the pupils, which was the only way we used to do it, we actually also went onto a virtual online platform. And you're quite right, many of the learners did not have access to data or to the devices to actually pick up the extra tuition or ongoing extra tuition. So when we went back to school with them, we actually stepped up the pace, and with the support of the principals and our service provider, we actually encouraged the pupils to attend extra tuition classes. And just between the time that they went back to school and the end of the year, we were able to catch up the entire curriculum, so much so that the outcomes actually showed that, right, as I said to you earlier, we had this wonderful 99% and 100% pass rate from these pupils who attended all of these extra tuition lessons.
Well, that's amazing, and thank you so much for talking to us this morning, Ms. Linda Blizzard.